So, hello everybody. My name is Neil. This is really loud, but let's slow it down a little bit. I'm from the University of Chicago, and I'm the director of the Initiative in Biomedical Informatics. So, what I'm going to talk to you about is basically cloud computing in the life sciences from my perspective, really. And so, really, what's been happening in the past, what's happening now, where we see this going, and how we can leverage the cloud, pretty much. So, I mean, you heard Rich's talk, and you know, I hear cloud from here and there and everywhere else, and I feel really overwhelmed by the cloud. So, I mean, when I hear 7 million publications, I can't deal with the 14 emails I got last hour while listening to Rich. So, obviously, the data is growing, and somehow people think that if I use the cloud, it'll solve all my problems. And I've spent a lot of my time basically Googling cloud computing all day on end, and looking at cloud talks, and then also what's it called, maybe even in the clouds, being on webinars, looking at cloud talks within the cloud, and trying to do all the hello worlds that you can do on Amazon and Google App Engine, and see how this can help me. But really, so at the end of the day, the idea is if you were feeling any wee bit overwhelmed by the cloud like I was, the goal is to turn the feeling into something like this. So catch the cloud. So how can we leverage the cloud for life sciences, and where are things going? So this image I actually got from just by Googling image search for catching the cloud. And apparently, it was a really good article that's linked there. You guys can, when you get the slides, you can take a look at about cloud stuff, I guess, all the IT stuff that you need to know, the nuts and bolts for the cloud. So, wanted to introduce myself a little bit. I have not implemented a cloud application. I have not developed an AMI on Amazon that the whole world is using. In fact, I actually haven't developed an AMI. AMI? I don't know what they call it. I mean, is that AMI or AMI? I don't even know. My Google App Engine is a Hello World. I did try one. And so this talk is completely from my perspective as a scientist. So I don't know the nuts and bolts of data centers. I didn't do grid computing. You want to use grid computing, and really what the cloud can do for me. So I'm that Indian guy. I'm not Deepak Singh from Amazon. I realize most people that come to bio-IT world are not going to be your average biologist. But perhaps my presentation lets you see the perspective and get the buy-in you need from the biologists. I mean, that's my goal here. And if you are like me, perhaps this presentation is something you can relate to directly. And apparently if you have cloud fever, you can make a t-shirt in the cloud. I just made this morning. So I was feeling overwhelmed by the cloud, and I basically, there was a lot of definitions out there, and I decided to use a non-cloud Google search postcard. So this is from an April Fool's joke a little while back that Google does, and I figured this was still April, so I could pull this one off. And I decided to kind of query cloud computing using the non-cloud method and just look for some images, because a picture's worth 1,000 words. So as a biologist, I was trying to see what's going on here. And I put my stamp on, and my mom always said, put the stamp last after you write the address.